Good day guys, welcome to UPSC CSE Decoded. In today's video we will be seeing the book list, both NCERT and standard book list that I use for the civil services preparation exam. So please note that this is not the final list. There are various sources one can use to prepare for civil services. This list is based on my experience that I have been using in my preparation. So let us get into the video. Before we decide on what is the resource list, I would like to tell you basic things to know before you start reading or start preparing. So the first thing is have a printed copy of syllabus in your hand. This will help you throughout the process. We have made a separate video on syllabus. Please do see that. Then have a previous year question paper a collection. That is, there are various books available which are segregated topic wise. That is, each subject wise you will have in subject 2 you will have chapter wise segregation. Find that book and get. Also remember, do not collect more resources. Fewer is better. So you will have to read one book multiple times and not multiple books one times. So stick to your resource list. No frequent changing of the resource list, because you want to get familiar with any book. Say it is Spectrum, you will have to be familiar with the book. So do not keep changing it. No confusion between old or new NCERT. No matter what, if it is new or old, it doesn't make much of a difference. Unless you don't get sufficient marks with your resource, do not change it. Now the order of study will be first cover NCERTs, then go with the standard books, then do value addition notes. That is the final notes that you will have for revision. You can add from current affairs or internet or various resources. So NCERT, standard books, and final value addition notes. So read from 6th to 12th NCERT in general, but go from higher standard to lower standard, because we have the capacity to understand subjects. Unless we are not able to understand it, go for the lower subject, but make sure you read the lower subjects also. Then make your basics very strong. Conceptual clarity is important in civil services preparation. Read any topic as if you will have to explain someone or teach someone. This will help you to get conceptual clarity of any subject. Now let us get into the resource list for the civil services examination. Here I have given both the NCERTs that I use and the standard books that I have been using in my preparation. So I will give it in a tabular column format, wherein the first column will be the paper, that is whether it belongs to GS1, GS2 or GS3, etc. Then the second column would be subject. The third one will be whether it is an NCERT book or an online source or standard book. The fourth column will be the class, that is which 6th standard, 7th standard, like that. The fifth one will be the book name or the website that I use or the resource that I use. And the sixth column will be the author for that book. For NCERTs, if it is needed, I will give the author name. Otherwise, you can just Google and download the book or get it from any store. Then we will see whether the subject comes for prelims and mains or for mains only. I have given a detailed timetable, 8-month strategy. In that I have given when you will have to study prelims plus main subject, mains only subject, etc. So that's why I am categorizing this too in the same way. So if you have not seen that video, go check that out, the detailed 8-month strategy for civil services preparation. So in GS1, the first subject is art and culture. For art and culture, you'll have to read 11th NCERT, new NCERT, Intro into Fine Arts is the book name. So the subject is for both prelims and mains. Then the standard book is Handwritten Notes by Nitin Singhania. You can get a free copy of it in the internet. You can just Google it and download it. So art and culture is for prelims and mains. The next subject in GS1 is Ancient India. For Ancient India, NCERT old syllabus, that is also from class 11. The book name itself is Ancient India and the author is R.S. Sharma. So Ancient India, again you will have to read it for prelims and mains. Next is Medieval India. For Medieval India, yet again you will have to read old NCERT class 11. The book name itself is Medieval India only and the author is Satish Chandra. And Medieval India too you will have to read for prelims and mains. For Medieval India, you can also opt for Tamil Nadu syllabus, and Tamil Nadu also has changed its syllabus. That is, there are two books now, new old. new syllabus and old syllabus, you can opt for any of them. Yet again, in Tamil Nadu syllabus 2, it is 11th standard history book that you'll have to follow. Just read any one of them, either NCERT or Tamil Nadu syllabus. For modern India, it is NCERT, old NCERT class 12 modern India by Bipin Chandra. Modern India, you will have to read it for prelims and mains. And then the standard book that I follow is Spectrum. Many people follow Bipin Chandra, India's Struggle for Independence. It's up to you to follow any one of them. Just follow one of them. In Spectrum, use the latest edition. Then the next topic in GS1 is World History. For that, you'll have to read old NCERT class 12 contemporary world history. There is another book also which I have not mentioned in this. The standard book others follow is Norman Love book. Norman Love World History. You can follow that too. For post-independence consolidation, it is NCERT class 12 Politics in India since Independence. And the other sources make online notes, make notes from online, that will do. For both world history and post-independence consolidation is mains only topic. That is, you will have those subjects only in mains. The next subject under GS1 is geography. For geography, the primary source will be NCERT, mainly 4 NCERTs. That is, in class 11 there are 2 NCERTs and in class 12 there are 2 NCERTs. These 4 NCERTs will do enough, but since I found geography a little bit difficult on my side, I read from 6th standard to 12th standard. So the various books for 6th through 12th I am listing out here. Geography, you will have to know the concepts. I'm basically weak in geography, so I read all these books. If you're thorough enough, if you feel comfortable just with 11 and 12 NCERTs, that is enough. Write frequent tests to know if you're understanding or if you can get the maximum output for the input you are giving in. So based on that, decide on it. Geography yet again is for prelims and mains. You'll have to prepare geography both for prelims and mains. So in geography, the standard book is G.C. Leong book, the orange color book, the short one. You can use it to read chapters such as climatic conditions across the world. Many questions arise from climatic regions of the world. So G.C. Leong will be a good source to read it. Also physical geography of the world you can read from G.C. Leong. And remember, in geography you will have to tackle map based questions too. So for that, use previous year questions and also places in news and places of importance. You can find many videos in YouTube at the time of exam. I mean, before a couple of months before the exam, you can find the videos, go through them. For map based question, go through previous year question. In map based question, you can see questions are being repeated but not exactly, so you can go through previous question paper. In GS1, the next subject is society. For society, it is NCERT class 11 and 12, Understanding Indian Society and Indian Society book. The society paper comes only for mains. Others you can do is read current affairs and make notes on every topic or every word of the syllabus given under the subject society. So GS4, it is ethics, not so many resources. You will just one standard book, that is the lexicon book. Also try to collect day-to-day real life examples that suits the syllabus, and also collect more quotes and read about thinkers, etc. Ethics is for mains alone. The next paper is GS2. In GS2, the first subject will be polity. For polity, you can read NCERT class 11 Indian Constitution at Work, and then NCERT class 11 Political Theory. The standard book for Indian polity, as everybody knows, will be Lakshmikant. So in Lakshmikant book, you can use 4th edition or anything above. The recent is 6th edition. I am using a 5th edition, and I know a few of my friends and seniors who are using 4th edition. So anything will do good. So quality is for prelims and mains. The next subject is governance. Governance, mostly you will have to surf the internet for it. So there's M Puri notes that I'm using, and also second ARC report. M Puri notes you can also download from the internet. Standard book is Governance in India by Lakshmikant. I refer to certain topics from that book. So governance is for mains only. Then the third subject in GS2 is international relations. In international relations, you can read NCERT Class 12 Contemporary World Politics, and then online, as usual, you'll have to be equipped with the current affairs, know about India and its neighbors, various groupings and forums such as European Union, United Nations organizations, BRICS, SAARC, BIMSTEC, uh, and various other groupings, regional groupings, etc. You'll have to read about any organization that is of India's interest, India's candidature to United Nations, etc. Read more on current affairs, also defense exercises, any multilateral or unilateral bilateral relations where India is involved or it is of India's interest. International relations, you'll have to read both for prelims and mains. And then in GS3 is a vast paper. So the first subject is economics. In economics, you'll have to read NCERT Class 11 Indian Economic Development, NCERT Class 12 Macroeconomics, and then standard book. Few people follow Ramesh Singh. I follow Indian Economic Key Concepts by Shankar Ganesh. The book is simple, small, and the words are, you do not have any complicated words. It's easy to understand. So I follow Indian Key Concepts by Shankar Ganesh, and then if I do not understand any concepts, I go about with Murnal videos. So economy is for prelims and mains. And then environment, for the basics, you'll have to read NCERT Class 12 biology book. Last 4 chapters alone will do. And then environment is also covered in geography class 6 to 12, so just read them. And the standard book will be, as everybody refers, it will be Shankar IAS environment book. Try to get the latest edition. If you don't have one, no problem, but try to get the latest edition because it will be updated. Also give importance here again. In environment, you will have to give importance to map based question. In that aspect, you will have to read sanctuaries, biomes, what not, unique animals to any sanctuaries, etc. So environment is for prelims and mains, and in prelims you will see environment a little more given more importance because for forest service also it is the common prelim, so you'll have environment given a little more importance. Then it will be science and technology. For science and technology, read NCERT old class 9 and 10th book. Read it for basic definitions and read it at last. Just go through it. You need not have to put in more efforts in it. So make sure you read the last 3 years current affairs for science and technology. So this will do science and technology. Again, you'll have to read it for prelims and mains. Agriculture cannot be seen explicitly in the syllabus, but you can see it under economics, and you can make online notes. So it is like topics like MSP, NABARD, etc., and crop patterns, land reform, subsidies, etc. I have categorized it as agriculture, but you do not find any topic such as agriculture explicitly in the syllabus, and we also saw many questions coming from agriculture in this year prelims. So give importance to it. Yet again, you'll have to read it for prelims and mains. Then the subject is internal security. For internal security, you can make notes from internet. So make notes on every word of the syllabus. There is no prescribed standard book, or you can go for any institute's notes. Either you can make notes from the internet or go for any institute's ready-made notes. So internal security is for both. Internal security is for mains only. So the last subject in GS3 would be disaster management. In disaster management, again you will have to make notes from online. It is simple, so you can read any institute's notes for that. Disaster management is yet again is for mains only. So this is about the resource list I have been using. So if you like the video, subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. Thank you.